TNTM the show presents Comicast 284 with your host
Pablo Gunner.
And I'm JD, everybody.
Yes.
And we are Talk Nerdy to Me.
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
No. No, this senor here, he's been very busy. He was like remodeling his house practically, putting new flooring on. It looks amazing. So that's what he was busy doing, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, no.
I'm telling them, so they know why you're not here. They miss you.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm awesome.
You are. JD the Awesome. That is the thing that people say. So we are here to review the comics for the week of
May the 3rd.
May the 3rd.
And happy Free Comic Book Day, everybody.
May the 3rd be with you.
Yeah. See, it was May the 4th be with you. Cinco de Mayo, and now today is Revenge of the 6th because everybody got hangovers.
Is it Revenge of the 6th?
Yeah.
I thought it was Revenge of the 5th.
Well, I mean, the revenge is everybody's got hangovers from yesterday.
That does make a little more sense.
That's what it should be.
It's Revenge of Cinco de Mayo, which is the 6th.
Yeah.
So I guess that works.
And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 did release this weekend, so please check it out. It's a good film.
Yeah. So I keep on going. Well, I went one day. I went Thursday for the premiere. Barely anybody was in the parking lot. I had nobody. It was funny, too, because me and my I don't know why I said bodyguard came to my mind, but
your bodyguard.
but he's he looks like a little assassin. He always wears he wears this big old jacket that looks ridiculous, and he looks kind of ominous. But anyways, so we went, and so I had him wear the Ninja Turtles backpack, and so that's what I had the comics and stuff, because I had my gym stuff in my Captain America shield backpack. So we roll in, and we're just like scoping people out, and people were like, "What's up with those guys?" Because he's wearing like this weird jacket with a Turtles backpack. I'm showing up as Star-Lord. And I don't know if people were like, "Who is that guy?" Or if they were like,
"Who?"
Yeah, or if they or what was going on with them, like, or they were like, "Why are these guys are just like they're just," and then scoping the place out, like what's going on with these dudes. And we were gonna do it again Friday, but I was like, screw it, I'm playing Mass Effect. Like, at least that doesn't feel like a waste of time. Like I've hit this part where I'm absolutely in love with that game, dude. Like, I'm just so in love with it. To me, it's like the first game, but done over again. Yeah, it was really huge because when I don't know though, it seemed like it was really, really big for a while. The premiere in Rio Rancho seemed like it was the place. Yeah. And I think when it was kind of newer, it was not too new. It had been around for a while, and then people were figuring out like, oh, hey, it is the newest and greatest thing, and they had the D-box seats. People were going there. Oh, yeah. But since then, you've had Cottonwood. They upgrade their seats, so it's actually reserved seating now. Yeah. So that's a huge perk because you don't have to fight people over seats, and they're like you can lay down in those seats while you're watching. Like the lanes are huge. Oh yeah.
It's leg room. Oh, so nice.
So. What other theaters like that?
Century 24.
Really? They upgraded that to that too, huh?
And just awesome surround system. It was like an XD format. So
because they were behind the curve they were behind everybody else. Yeah. So I was not sure like what. But you know what is also a huge place now? There's the IMAX too. You got to think about the IMAX.
Yeah, and the Flix Brew House.
Flix Brew House seems like it's the place, but I refuse to go because
it's way the heck out there.
I don't drink, and it's pretty close for Tone Bone and for JD the Awesome Sauce, or not JD.
AJ.
The Awesome Sauce. I don't know about Slay J if Slay J's out there or not, but.
Jake the Awesome Sauce. Okay.
Yeah, so he's out near there too. But I don't know. It's an alcohol. It's alcohol, and I don't care for alcohol, so I just don't care for going. But a lot of people go there, like I've seen on Facebook. A lot of people go there. So, and I don't know. I guess it just hasn't been premiere for a while.
We need a drive-in theater out here.
I kind of also miss too that like when premieres were legitimately
big.
They were just midnight, even though I couldn't go regardless because I had to work that night and I would have taken it off if I could, and I would have stayed there all night to do trivia to see if I can find people.
Now they're like at 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, now they have them at 7. You know, and I'm like,
well, I can see how convenient it is.
I like it because it's good for me.
Yeah.
But I don't like it in the sense that, like, it's too early for a lot of people, you know? So, yeah, that's the thing that kind of sucks about that. But like I said, I just hit this stride where we in Mass Effect where I'm in love with it. To me, it's the first game, but, you know, it's slightly different. You know, like it's upgraded, I think, in many, many ways. I feel like it's fine-tuned. I feel like if you don't like the characters, it's because you're not talking to them enough. Because I'm already to the point where I'm like, I like a lot of these characters way more than
the original trilogy.
Not original trilogy, but original game. Okay. The first game. Because they just have way more substance. There's way more lines. There's definitely characters where I'm like, okay, this person, I like these guys, or I'm going to use these people for this mission because they fit this mission or they fit this place, you know, like the location, you know. And then other stuff like I'm like, man, I really like this character, but he's not that great fighting wise, you know, like, or hey, this chick's really hardcore, but I don't really care for her personality that much. And it's not even like that she's a bad character. It's just like her personality specifically, you know. But I'm absolutely in love with it in so many ways. I think the story is super interesting. You have two different things going on. It's almost like it's, you know, like it's almost kind of like a collector, not collector, but what were the big, you know, robots that were destroying everybody? I thought it started with an R. I don't know, and I'm supposed to be the most hardcore, and I'm just spacing out. But anyways, so yeah, there's like you got your machines, and then you have your organics that you have to fight on both sides, different stories. So it's really good.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm loving it. But anyways, we're here to talk about comics. What am I doing? Just going off about Mass Effect. I couldn't help it. So yeah, we review the comics, and so we have our own grade scale.
By skim pass.
Yes, with variations, which is strong and weak. So it's strong
by, weak by, strong skim, weak skim, pass. You know, like I'm throwing the trash. He's just line a cat box, whatever.
Yeah, whatever, exactly. And so there's gonna be spoilers because we're reviewing these books. We try not to spoil too much. We will spoil the much when we announce at the end our best book of the week, aka
the B-Bow.
Which is also the back and bag of the week. That's what we call it because we're cool.
Yeah, and original.
Because we're hardcore, awesome comic book nerds, man. Yeah. So when we do these reviews, we try to keep them,
1-2 minutes.
We have a timer. The timer is 1 to 2 minutes. So it's 2 minutes if it's both of us. It's 1 minute if it's one of us. This is what it is this week. Tell me if you know what it is. I'll hook you up. I'm stopping it there because the next thing I was going to say was going to give it away. I think that's it, right? I mean, like I said, when we get to the B-Bow, we're going to announce that's when we give away the most spoilers because we completely drop like why we are completely in love with that book and why it deserves to be in the back and bagging.
I'm still kind of on the teeter of my B-Bow this week because there's a lot of good books.
We'll probably have to talk about some books from last week or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
you're in love with
a certain arc.
Some guy. So
I'm in love with a certain arc right now.
So is this a 2 minute or a 1 minute?
This is a 1 minute. I did not read the Turtles today.
Oh,
I know.
All right, so get it started. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 69. It's $3.99. IDW. Story: Kevin Eastman, Bobby Curnow, and Tom Waltz. Script: Tom Waltz. Arts: Matteo Santoluoco. Colors: Rhonda Pattison. And man, I felt like it's been a while since I got this book, so I was like, what was going on in this book? And even the way that it goes, I was like, I still don't know what's going on. because we have Mondo the Gecko. He's naked and he's takes some guy's access card in this building. And then it goes to like this old man, like this. He's kind of like an FBI agent, but he's leading this war against the mutants and stuff.
Okay.
And he goes to his dad, and his dad's telling this story about how like there was this president. He was hitting hard about like the Area 51, and then once he saw it, he was like, "I'm gonna leave it alone because it's just too much," you know. And so, but this guy, he won't leave this alone. And then all his guys are going after him. Hob, he attacks him, makes for a distraction and stuff, so the turtles can get away. Slash shows up, but he's not there to help them, and then they get some helping, you know, and it was freaking great. Yeah, it's amazing. So I love it. He's the best. So yeah.
Awesome like always.
Awesome like always, dude.
See, I picked it up. I just didn't get a chance to read it.
Strong buy and contender from the get-go.
Oh, wow.
Giving all switcheroo on you today.
Yeah. Next up, we have Spider-Man 2099. What is it, number 23?
Number 23. Yes. Peter David is the writer. Will Slaney is the artist. Rochelle Rosenberg is color artist. And this one, I had to get this one because I feel like 1 minute, 2 minute?
It's 1 minute.
Oh, really? For Spider-Man 2099, huh?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this one, it's rounding off the arc of, it seems like it's rounding it off, but I don't know because this guy's so good at, like, it seems like it, and then it hooks into the next one. So he goes into the future, and he's in rubble, and so then he goes back out, and then comes back in specific location, and then it's funny because they make fun of Pokemon Go, you know?
Yeah.
And stuff. And then there's somebody that's in his old school suit, like the dark one.
The blue, classic 2099.
Well, it was actually all black and red.
Well, yeah.
This one is. But yeah, the blue, it is actually blue.
On the page.
But then he also shows up and he used to stop this guy because there's something that goes really bad. And then you have like all these... You have Venom, you have Octopus, and then you even have Tempest, and she's like all mutated and stuff. And then even he's there, his other self is there to take care of business. And you know, he is as dark as he looks. It's pretty hardcore, dude.
Nice.
And it's always great to see those future characters because that was another thing. And I was always like, oh, JD's going to love this one because they're back in the future. And it's all the future characters, and they look crazy, and you're like, the twist on them, I love the twist because it's like really cool. So
it is darkening onto the classic 2099 series. I just want to see more characters like the Punisher was. I mean,
So, yeah, this was another one. Man, it's so good. I don't think it really does that well to stand on its own, but I'm not exactly sure. But it's so great. Like, if this was your first issue, I wouldn't say it's a good jumping on point.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, as an issue, it is amazing. So it is definitely a strong buy. I would give it a contender. It looks really solid throughout. And so here's a digital code. Apparently, they haven't been doing the same. Because it says same. For this one, it says same issue digital codes are back, and I was like, they went away. I don't know because I don't redeem them.
Yeah.
So if you've been redeeming these now, you know, hey, they're back. But you also get a bonus digital comic in the first issue of All New Wolverine Volume 3, Enemy of the State 2.
That's a pretty cool deal.
So that's cool. So you're getting 2 issues essentially. In this one.
Here's the digital code.
Yes. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, E for Iluterio, V for Villanueva, B for Barrio, V for Villanueva, D for Diego, 7, X for Javier, U for... I don't know.
Umberto.
That's with an H.
Oh, yeah. Unicorn. There you go, unicorn.
For you unicorn frap-loving freaks.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Green Lanterns, number 22, written by Sam Humphries. Ronan Cliquet is the artist. Hi-Fi does the colors, and Dave Sharp does the letters. And last issue, we kind of ended with Cruz and Simon kind of getting sucked up out into space. I mean, boop.
Yes, because the core has joined up with the other core. Yellow core, blue, green core,
Yeah. So they're getting pulled through space, and then she's like,
Jessica freaks out. She gets it to stop. So Kyle shows up to help her out and shows her,
which way to go?
Some stuff. Shows her some cool stuff. They get to Mogo and stuff like that. And then you even have Kilowog's intimidating her,
Well, Kilowog and Simon are kind of just boozing it up, man.
Yeah, it's funny, and it's like, is it green beer? It's just green pitchers.
And then there's like almost a fight between Jessica and one of the Yellow Lanterns, and we have the fake Guardian.
Yes, but they don't know.
Yeah. They don't know that we know that they know that they don't know that. Yeah, that Bethune is actually the fake Guardian. So it's quite interesting.
And then, but Jessica's feeling overwhelmed again because she's being intimidated. They stripped her of her ranking status, and they're like, "We need to train you.
You're green behind the ears."
And she's like, "Well, I needed this training at the beginning. I don't really need it now, But she's like, "All right, whatever."
So we find out that 2 people are training them, and those 2 people are also from.
But
Earth.
they're also going to train Simon because he's that next level training. So she's training with Guy Gardner, and he is going to be training with Kyle. So that's going to be interesting, especially because Guy is such a freaking a-hole.
Is he going to hit on her, man?
Is he going to? I don't think he's going to hit on her. I think he's going to rub her the wrong way, and I don't mean hit on her.
This has comedy gold written all over it, or at least the potential of it.
Yes, potential. I'm so interested for this. This is something I feel like we've been wanting since the beginning.
Yeah.
We're finally getting it now, so I'm pretty jacked off about it. I give it a strong buy. I give it a contender. It looks great all the way through, and I didn't really notice any inconsistencies in the art. It looked really solid. And the story is super interesting, and it gets me really hyped for what's coming.
It's a good jumping on point.
So, yeah, I think so, absolutely. Yeah.
So, if you wanted to start with the Green Lanterns with this section here, this is a good spot to jump onto it. It's a strong buy. It's a contender for me.
I think that's very important for us to say is when it's a good jumping on point and when it's not a good jumping on point. Because even for me as a comic book reader, if I'm very weary about, should I jump into this series now? I don't know when the good jumping on point is because they don't really say that on the cover.
No, not at all.
That's why Marvel has been spamming the hell out of, DC's been doing it too, but not as much, obviously. But Marvel's been spamming the hell out of number ones because they know it's a great jumping on point for new readers. Even if it's readers who are longtime readers, but they're not reading that title. So, anyways.
Next up, you have Green Arrow number 22.
Yeah, y'all. It is Benjamin Persian's story, Juan Ferreira art and color, Nate Picos of Blambat and lettering. And so the city is just in utter chaos. There's been like a horrible crash plane crashes all over the city, at the airport. So Green Arrow actually shows up in fireman garb, and he's helping out, and they're like, "You're not part of our squad," and he's like, "I am tonight." And even Black Canary's helping and stuff, and she's trying to get people out of this area, so she uses a scream. Then there's some guy who's like just sniping, people out in traffic or vehicles out in traffic. So he goes to stop that guy. Then these people who it's the 3 of the 4 horsemen they announce themselves as, they show up. Cheshire is one of them. And stuff. So, and it's just freaking cool. They beat him up because they're just ganging up on him, and he's like, "All right, I need to get out of here. I'm not going to win this fight as much as I want to. Keep on fighting." You see the corruptness of the mayor and stuff. So, it's going so freaking great. I can't wait to see them get a team together. It seems like Arsenal may be coming back into the fold, but something's going bad with the treehouse. So, strong buy, contender. It looks amazing, really interesting. I love me some Black Canary
Is this a jumping on point, or do I have to need to wait a little bit to jump back into it?
I think you probably could jump on here. You'd probably be better off like with the previous issue probably, but you could jump on here, I think. So it's doable, you know. So they give enough backstory too, even to know like what's been going on within the comic. So cool.
Next up, we both have Aquaman number Double Deuce.
Hombre de Agua.
Yeah. Well, we're rocking these double deuces today. Let's see here. Dan Abnett is the writer. Felipe Briones is the artist. Gabe Adaib is the colorist. And Pat Rousseau is the letterer. And kind of pick up exactly where we left off, more or less. I mean, fight between fish peoples.
Yeah, those creatures still weirding me out with the boobies. No nipples though, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And then the other dude starts going fish too.
Yeah.
He's also freaking out. And the nuclear device gets messed up. So now Arthur has to make the hard possibility of
what should I do?
Yes. What do I do?
Do I go kaboom or no kaboom?
So, which is funny because Mira's like, well, just tell them to turn off turn the thing off. Just communicate with them and tell them to turn it off so that they stop being these creatures. And he's like, well, I don't even know if I can do that for one. But here's the other thing that I feel like she doesn't recognize is like this nuclear device is going to go off whether you want it to or not. So like, what is he going to do with it if he doesn't use it to destroy the gateway?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do with it? So
will everybody else die?
Yeah, like where is he going to toss it? You know, it's not like, oh, hey, let's just. So that really it makes sense, but
it's like the whole Tony Stark Avenger thing, where in the movie where he throws them up the nuke in the sky. Where else are they gonna put it? You know?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm not saying like that's bad writing or anything. I'm just saying like that's like I'm invested enough to complain about it. So I'm interested to see if like they're gonna make another gate and they're gonna prepare for war, the next time or what? Like, because they think like they're probably gonna think like, hey, they're claiming war on us, by doing that.
They can just attack us,
right? And they want to have nothing to do with us. And then there's something going on in Atlantis too because he's never there.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes.
So
Absent King, people running about. I give it a strong bond. Not quite a contender because it just didn't feel like it resolved too much. And it was, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. The art was on point, and it was great. The storytelling was great. I felt like it was missing that one thing to push it over the edge.
I liked it a lot. I give it a strong buy. I give it a contender. I think it was, like I said, when I'm invested and I'm like, oh, this is, Mira shouldn't be so freaking. But at the same time, like, yeah, there's going to be repercussions. Yeah.
Next up, we both have Superman number Double Deuce 22. Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason did the story. Doug Mankey is the artist. And Jaime Mendoza and Ray McCarthy are the inks. Will Quintana is the colorist.
All right. So this one's cool because it's from the point of view of Lois. Like everybody else has kind of gone dark. They've disappeared. And so now it's her turn to do her thing. And then she's figuring out like there's something wrong with the townspeople. And it's so cool because like they're chasing her and she goes and she gets this gauntlet. And I don't know what this gauntlet is. But I think it might have something to do with Batman just because it's able to sync with his Batmobile. Right?
Yeah.
But she's like messing these dudes up that are chasing her. And then you kind of figure out what's
really going on.
Where Superman is, and what's going on. This book looks amazing. I love the spreads. The art is fantastic. It's so dark. And it's just fantastic. I just love how they keep on doing this. It's almost making it seem it truly seems like a family book because it's like one time it'll be Superman's point of view, another time it'll be Jonathan's point of view,
and
then it'll be
Lois's
Lane. I almost feel like it's a mistitled book because it is not Superman all the time.
No.
Like maybe if it was
he was barely in this issue.
The Super Family, you know, or something like that.
Did you see the last page and see all the characters in there?
So
I mean, it looks like Metallo's in here. Maybe,
I didn't get like a
maybe
magnifying glass. But
I mean, Grundy looks like he's in here. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens next. I thought it was phenomenal issue.
Great issue.
It was really well done. Probably not the best jumping on point.
No, not at all.
But it's an amazing issue, and yeah, it looks phenomenal. So I have to give it a strong buy in Contender.
I have to give it a strong buy in Contender. This is great. Wow, we did that in 2 minutes.
We did it in less than 2 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay, anyway, we got Batman Double Deuce.
Yes, I got the lenticular cover that's like
a lithogram.
Yes,
that's
and
2 different images.
Yeah, it's the Batman from Flashpoint, the Papa Wayne, right? Thomas, and then Reverse Flash.
We have our credits here. Joshua Williamson and Tom King did the story. Joshua Williamson did the script. Jason Fabak is the pencils and inks. And Brad Anderson did the colors. Now I have to go back to the first page because that's pretty much on the last.
So, yeah, it actually starts, and it's
pretty much an explanation of that Flashpoint.
If they're talking about how Flashpoint somehow continued after they left, and so it's really leaving Thomas feeling hopeless, you know, oh, nothing changed, nothing happened, you know, whatever. Because also Aquaman and Wonder Woman are about to attack him in his cave. And then Batman and Flash show up, and neither of them believe what's going on. Like, both of the bats. They're like, this isn't real, and this isn't real, and stuff. And even attacks Flash, and they're like, well, you know, hey, what's going on? Batman stops his dad from using guns because that's what he does.
Yep.
And then they end up fighting the Amazonians and stuff.
And Flash is rebuilding the treadmill again.
Yeah, Flash is rebuilding the treadmill.
Just started pulling parts out of everywhere. Oh, I'm going to rebuild this thing while you two are fighting.
Yeah, it's really kind of funny. And then they jump back on, and it's hilarious because he's just like flying, you know, behind and stuff. And there's some great moments between him and his dad and stuff. It's really cool.
And then we see Flashpoint actually get erased, which we thought we saw when it got erased the last time.
Before, and then they're catching up with the
Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash that was from the previous issue. Yes. So, yeah, it's kind of like, it's weird because it almost seems like rehash a little bit, especially with Reverse Flash, and then there's, you know, a lot of the whatchamacallit stuff, the Flashpoint stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of continues Flashpoint, which is weird and really interesting.
At the same time, because it disappears again, so we're not really going to see it anymore.
We don't know. Who knows? They always do whatever they want, the writers, so who knows what's going to happen. But there were some great character moments between Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne. So, yeah, that was pretty solid.
Strong buy. Contender, 2 thumbs up. Read that.
I don't know. It didn't feel as strong as the other issue. As the other Batman issue.
Yeah, not as strong as the very first part of this arc. But it's still great. The character development between the 2 characters, and Thomas and Bruce kind of saying, "No, Dad, don't use guns," and he just kind of obeys it at the end. It's like, okay.
So, I don't know. I'm going to give it a strong buy. Not quite.
Okay.
The Contender.
Next up, we have the Wing of Nightness.
Yes, Nightwing number 20.
Your infamous Dick.
Tim Seeley as the writer. Javier Fernandez is the artist. Chris Sotomayor as colors. It's Nightwing Must Die finale. So... and he's still having like this, he's still stuck in like this fever dream or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because he got struck with the knife, which is weird because, like, okay, I wasn't sure if Damian was still stabbed because it didn't look like there was any blood. Then, what is it, Deathwing, right?
Yes.
He comes out of, he comes out of his, and he's like, oh, I need to help and stuff. And this is really cool because it really makes it seem like more like the man under the mask is Robin. It's not Batman. Which I don't know, to me really made me think of like it would be really cool. It would be cool if Nightwing actually asked Damian if he would be
his sidekick,
his Nightwing. You know what I mean? Like if he became, if
it was Nightwing and Robin instead of Batman and Robin.
Exactly. Or if it was, Batman and Nightwing, and stuff, which I love how their relationship continues to grow, even if it's just slightly, and how, but there is some ridiculousness in it, and he's like, oh, how are you not dead? And he's like, oh, I moved my liver or something, so I wouldn't, and it's like, you can do that? And he's like, of course I am. I'm Batman's son, and I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah. What is it? It's the MacGuffin. And him being able to do anything.
Oh yeah. So it's just
because plot.
Because he's Batman's son, and Batman's ridiculous. Yeah, stuff like that. But because I thought like, that was faked, and they could have gone with that. I thought they should have gone with that instead of going like, he wasn't actually dead. It was just he was seeing it that way because he had been drugged or whatever. So he wasn't actually stabbed, or that like, he didn't actually, like, it was fake blood or it was somebody else's blood just to make him think that, But yeah, so, and then, you get the truth of if he's going to have a kid or not and everything like that. And yeah, it was just, I loved it. I thought it was a phenomenal finale. It was wrapped up really well.
So jumping on point, it would be next issue.
Yes, next issue definitely seems like it would be. This one would not be. But if you've been reading it, and
it's especially for me,
it's a strong buy and a contender.
Agreed, strong buy contender.
So
next up, we have the Spider-Gwen.
Number 19.
Jason Latour is the writer. Robbie Rodriguez is the artist. Rico Renzi is the color artist, and Clayton Cowles is the letterer. And we deal with more Murdoch, Kingpin.
Yes,
but we have to get there first.
Yeah, you do. There's a little
exposition.
Harry Osborn stuff. There's
Mary Jane's.
Yeah. Then just Murdoch just being a royal freaking douchebag. I feel like he might be a complete dick in this.
Yeah. I'm not liking this version of Murdoch, and I like Murdoch.
But it is really well done though. Yeah.
He's a good villain.
He is a good villain. I'll be honest, I don't remember any of this. So yeah, but she does get in like a predicament where I think they're bringing Venom into the picture.
Yes, because they're bringing the symbiote in.
And they want to have the symbiote with
Gwen.
With the Gwyneth. So we may actually finally see, which is funny because you've seen this a lot like in the cosplay community, that there's been a Spider-Gwenom.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been like, and that's what, to me, I was like, Spider-Gwenom looks awesome, and that's a really cool idea, but it hasn't been introduced in the comics.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I don't understand why it exists in the cosplay community first. And so that happens with this.
And next issue, they tease the arrival of a certain Canadian smoker.
So, drinker?
Smoker. Is he smoking a cigar still?
I don't know. He can, because it doesn't mess up his lungs. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so really, it's really interesting. It's kind of.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go places.
Yeah, it's a lot of setup. It just felt like a lot of setup.
It is a lot of filler right now.
So I don't know if it's the best jumping on point.
No.
Because it's
set up.
It's kind of confusing. Yeah, which is weird because it's jumping on, but it was more like prior stuff.
It's like a mishmash between resolving previous issues, or attempting, or moving along previous issues, and then setting up for like a next arc. So
yeah, I still liked it. I give it a strong buy, but not a contender.
I'll give it a buy.
Okay, so digital code.
The art was good. It's great for this universe. As long as they keep it this style. If they move it to a different style, it's going to be kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, so F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, 2, 7, H for Hector, 1, 1, R for Rigoberto, D for Dominic, S for I don't know,
Senorita.
Senorita, and C for Carlos.
All right. Well, that's the halfway point, so it's time for a commercial break. Once again, we're going to be talking about Duke City Comic-Con, May 12th through 14th, 2017, at the Embassy Suites. Some of the guests that I forgot to mention, Martin Kleba. I don't know. He's like a...
Is he Marty from Pirates? Or
Yeah, from Pirates.
Okay.
And then Agnes McInnes.
That doesn't sound too familiar.
He's from the original trilogy of the original trilogy.
Oh, so he's one of the Starfighter pilots.
Yes,
okay.
He's one of the Starfighter pilots. And then we have some artist talent. This one, like I said, it's going to be May 12th through 14th, so coming up very soon. Get your tickets. Here's the single day ticket price. Is Friday, it's only $10.
That's not bad.
Saturday, only $20. Sunday, only $15. 3-day pass, $35.
That's cheap right there, guys.
Children 6 to 13 years of age, $5. Children 5 and under are free. There's a cosplay contest on Sunday at 5 p.m. And mothers get in free on Mother's Day. So if you have a ticket, if you've purchased a ticket, now there has to be somebody that purchased a ticket first to get it to get your mother in for free.
Yeah.
So I might actually do that. I might.
Hey mom, let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Ma, may love, and then take her to Duke City Comic-Con.
You meet love first, and then take her to Duke City.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No, it's gonna be more like
lasagna,
enchiladas.
Oh, enchilada. Okay.
But no, I won't make her do that on Mother's Day.
It's you. You got to cook some tamales, man.
Yeah. No. We'll probably. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even think about that, but I'll talk to my pops and see if he would be down for that. So yeah. So that's
that's
like
next
I said,
weekend, isn't
especially because I think it's a good plan. It really is. Like at first, it seemed like an awful idea to have it on Mother's Day weekend.
But
because it's like, who's going to go? But with a promotion that your mother can get in for free on Mother's Day.
And it's at a hotel, and they have a little thing going on at the hotel.
They have a brunch. They have brunch going on. So you can actually take your mom to brunch.
At the hotel.
At the hotel. That's not free, but still.
It's convenient.
It's convenient. You're there. Then you take her. You can show her all the things.
Yeah.
If she's nerdy, you can check her. She can check out the stuff. Even if she's not, you can get her some original art for something that she.
Hey,
you could pay an artist there
commission
to
an
make
artist,
completely new art and stuff like that. So phenomenal stuff.
Yes.
So like I said, I'm probably gonna do it, and then maybe afterwards take the the mother to Outback. I think so. I think that would be different. That would be a different, unique, memorable Mother's Day.
That is very unique
and stuff. So she would remember. Even if she hates it.
So yeah,
she'll be like, I can't believe you took me there. Maybe.
So from the 12th to the 14th.
12th through the 14th.
So again, it's next weekend.
Yeah.
So if you're in the Albuquerque area or whatnot,
come
check it out.
So yeah, exactly. Follow them on Facebook and everything like that, so you can get all the updates and stuff. So.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Cool. So we got Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Number 16, Brian Michael Bendis writer, Oscar Bazuldua as the artist, Justin Ponsor as color artist. And oh man, freaking Black Cat just turns on the freaking sexy here. Like, oh my goodness. Like,
yeah.
Like, she's a villain, and I feel like that's probably why Hammerhead will do anything for her, because she's got him wrapped around her little finger.
She's kind of pretty.
She's a smoking hot babe, man. Then Miles has a little chat with his mother.
And then we get a cameo from, looks like Riri.
And stuff. Yeah, a little flyby and stuff. and then he's having some. He feels like blowing off some steam, so that's what he goes out to do. But
isn't it the Sky Club or something like that? The bar.
I don't know.
It's like the one run by Blackie Gaston or something like that.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
And then Genki, actually, he might actually be getting some action too.
Oh yeah, who's this chick here, man?
Oh, that's the chick that like reports on all things like it's mostly Spider-Man, but like I think it is like all the superhero sightings or something like that. So, but yeah, so
he calls himself Ned in this. So are they rebranding his character? And hold on. He's going by an alias now. So does that mean that Genki is Genki in the Spider-Man movie, but he's calling himself Ned?
I think that's them doing like they're setting up for the movie type thing. Yeah, or they're playing a joke on it because at this point Bendis knows they ripped off Genki threw him into the new movie, but they call him Ned. So I think this is Bendis playing a joke on them, going like, well, I'm gonna call him Ned then. Like I know it's obvious, and so I love that joke. How it's
pretty amusing.
Yeah, it is. So it is. I like that. I like that touch. So I give it a strong buy.
I give it a strong buy too, but
it's missing something. Yeah, it's missing. It's just like I don't know. There just wasn't really much going on. I mean, like, yeah, it was just lacking stuff. Not a very memorable issue. I mean, there's good parts, but overall, slightly missing something. So not strong buy, but not a contender.
Was there a code in there?
There is a digital code. I almost forgot. F for friend, C for camera, M for Mankey, X for X-ray, 88, R for Richter, Z for Zarbon, F for friend, C for camera, E for Echo, L for Logan.
Next up, we have Champions numero 8, written by Mark Waid. Humberto Ramos is the penciler, and Victor Alazaba is the inker. And Edgar Delgado with Nolan Woodard are colorists. There we go. A mouthful.
Butcher. So
yeah.
Okay, so it's funny because Ms. Marvel's freaking out.
They're pissed off because some freelancers are putting their logo on their gear and selling it as Champion stuff.
Right, yeah. They trademark their stuff. Yeah, and so she's having a freak out, and they're trying to keep her under control and stuff. And so I like Nova is black. He's blacked it off. He's going off into doing their own thing. They're already imagining like what's going to be going on with the Avengers and stuff, talking to them, being like, oh hey, but and then Hulk and Viv, they have a little conversation and stuff. And then Hulk and Psyche, they have a good conversation.
Yep. And then Vision comes and talks with Viv.
Yes.
And they kind of go and address. Well, Nova addresses the public on the
Yes, Nova addresses that. He's just honest with them. Like, hey, and he addresses the team and he addresses the public, and he's like, hey, they did this. We didn't prep for this. We weren't going for this, so we didn't see it coming, and this is what happened. So, like if you're wondering, like boycott the stuff. Don't get it. It's not ours. We're not getting money from it. And that's it. So they're heading in the right direction.
And after that's all said and done, we kind of get the next piece in the puzzle, I guess, with Viv.
Yes.
Yeah, her being kind of grounded, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
It's the best way to put it. It's pretty interesting.
So
we'll see where that takes us. Great issue, man.
Oh, for sure.
I can't say enough about this. There are very few issues of this series that are bad. I think the Gwenpool one wasn't
it wasn't
good.
Bad, but it
wasn't that good.
I love that issue a lot. I just didn't like her in it. But Wade, right? Yeah, Wade made it work. He made it work really well. I'm glad it was a one-off with her.
Yes.
But I think the previous issue was kind of weak because it was like they were in that middle point of like dealing with this. Even this one, there's really nothing that goes on Like there's no action. But it's just like it's really, really good. I don't know what it is, man.
It's a great series. Strong by contender. I'm just waiting for Riri to show up in here because that's all they're missing is an Iron Man and a Captain America.
Ironheart.
Well, equivalent.
So yeah, I give it a strong buy. And I love the last page too with all the tweets and stuff like that too. So yeah, but it's a strong buy. I would say it's a contender, even though it's like it didn't really, it was still really fantastic.
I'm thoroughly impressed with this book. No, I don't mind. So we have a digital code here for you. Check it out. Let us know what you think. It's F for fan, C for camera, M for Mike, Y for Yankee, N for novella, 7, U for uniform, G for great, 5, N for November, X for X-ray, and T for Tomasi.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and on to Nova number 6.
Yes, Jeff Loveness and Ramon Perez are the writers. Scott Hepburn is the artist, and Ian Herring is the color artist.
I actually didn't even notice that it's not the same artist because the art was very consistent.
Yes.
The thing is they're actually in the Cancerverse, so like the art is slightly different.
It portrays the Cancerverse.
Works, but it portrays the Cancerverse perfectly. And so it's going into his story, like what happened, how he got out, the doorway of how the other ones, how Thanos and
is that Captain Universe, or is it like a spirit of a Nova? Because he's got like three little dots on his chest, like the Novas do, but he's holding a cosmic cube. So,
I thought that was Kim.
It may have been. It may have been when he was like the Nova Prime.
And so, yeah, I'm not sure. And so it just goes into like how he was constantly fighting and everything like that, but how the Cancerverse got into him and everything like that, and how he left something behind, and that's what's been ripping him back. And then at the end, you have his buddy show up. So like, it's a lot of like, I wouldn't say rehashing because it's not stuff that we know, but it's like it's a lot of backstory exposition that we didn't know. It was really cool to find out and stuff like that, like how he got there.
And they're touting a next issue. So maybe the information I got about it being canceled was incorrect, which I would be so pleased.
I don't know. It's really weird too because I feel like this book is like it's a roller coaster where like one issue it is like strong by contender, and then I feel like it's not bad, but you're going like it's not is good. You know what I mean? Like it's just it either goes from like a strong buy contender to just a strong buy or to a buy, and it's like, and part of that is because of this, like this issue was all Cancerverse, and it no Sam, until the very end. So it didn't really do much. And then same thing with before, where it would be like all Sam and no Dick,
Yeah. So consistency, guys. Consistency, good stuff. We like this book.
But when it's both of them together,
it's
amazing. Works really, really well.
The dynamic is great.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a strong buy, but it's not a contender for me.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, the art looks freaking stunning. It looks amazing. It's really interesting, but like I said, it's missing something. So here's the digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, N for Marcos, N for Novela, A for Alamos, B for Barrio, D for Diego, G for Guillermo. 6, E for Eleuterio, 4, and E for Eleuterio. You didn't get the Unstoppable Wasp.
No, I did not.
You're missing out. It continues to get better and better. It's number 5. Writer is Jeremy Whitley. Artist Elsa Charretier. Color artist Megan M. Wilson. So they are trying to figure out what's going on with this like bomb that is in her friend's head. And so she brings the whole group together that she's been trying to bring together. She brings them together to help figure it out. And then like the lady who runs the Red Room, she's like, all right, well, you know what? I'll disarm the bomb that's in her head if you give yourself up. So she's like, all right, fine. And so she's like, all right, well, you guys try to work on this and fix that while I go meet with her. And oh man, the art is so amazing. Like it's just so great seeing these ladies work together. You know, Matt Murdock shows up too. You know, because he's all in this and stuff too, and he figures out what's going on. Yeah, so really intense, really crazy. Sets up for the next issue really well. This one was done really well.
Is it a jumping on point?
Not a good jumping on point. No, definitely not. This is one you're gonna have to wait until the arc is over. Okay. So I think the next, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the next one will be the finale. I'm not sure. So even the next one probably will not be, but we'll see. But yeah, so this one was really good. I give it a strong buy.
Strong buy? Contender or no?
Not quite.
No contender.
So, but here's the digital code. F for fan, Z for Zamboni, M for Mankey, Q for Quill, Z for Zarbon, 6, R for Richter, 9, I for Inca, 5, and another I for Inca.
Next up, you have Iron Fist.
Yes, let's get to some Iron Fisting. It's $3.99. Ed Brisson is the writer. Mike Perkins is the artist. Andy Troy is the color artist. And so he was fighting that like rat guy, and so he scratched him. So he has this. He's like all infected and stuff. But by using the power of the Iron Fist, it's cleansing him of
the poison.
I love this dude because when they fight, like it shows the move that he's doing and then like this crazy name for it, like temper, brisket, slice, falling timber, heel strike, 5-finger burning inferno, north side king's haymaker. Like it's so cool. Like I just love it. It's really great. It kind of does remind you of like anime too, because certain anime will do that where like they'll say the move and then they'll do it, or like while they're doing the move they'll name it.
Fighting Tiger whoops your ass.
Dragon Fist, whatever. So yeah, it's really cool. And then so he wins that fight. He gains more chi and stuff, and then he has this guy that's helping him. And then they end up taking him out. And then there's this guy that he was supposed to be an Iron Fist, but they ripped his arms off. So now he's just like this kicker dude, but he's
an iron nub.
He uses his legs and he uses like the rest of his body and stuff, and he's fighting this guy. He underestimates him and stuff. So you're seeing him fight him. Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. I just love this like Mortal Kombat style, stuff that's going on.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. So strong buy, contender. This book continues to be freaking great.
Is this not a jumping on point?
I'm loving it. No, okay. It's definitely not a jumping on point. So yeah, and here's the digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, B for Barrio, I for
Ignacio,
thank you. L for Lupita, N for Novela, 5, G for Guillermo, 3, Q for Quintana, 2, and 2.
Next up, we got X-Men Gold number 3.
Gold.
Written by Mark Guggenheim. Ardian
Syaf is the penciler.
Ardian Syaf. Craig Young and Jay Liston are the inkers. And Frank Martin is the colorist.
Yes.
So we start out with Old Man Logan ripping somebody a new one.
Okay, so the way that the last one ended, it's looked like Logan had taken all of this new Brotherhood out. Apparently that wasn't the case because whoever's using their mind powers is just made him think that that's what was going on.
Isn't that kind of what Mesmero does?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened. And so then what they actually do is take down this new Brotherhood. And it's cool because they actually have a couple newer members that they use and stuff.
Calabac.
Yes, and then I love
Magic.
What's her name? Magma. They have Magma in here. I've always loved that character, especially because she's in X-Men Legends 2. That was so
the first
cool.
one, she was the main character.
In the first game?
Yeah, in X-Men Legends 1, she was the main character.
Was she? Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. So yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I like the story. I just feel like the art is like, I feel like the artist doesn't do a very good job storytelling. Like, the art doesn't do a very good job.
The words do, but I agree.
The words do, yeah, and the way that this is going, it's really interesting. So I like the story. It's just I'm ready for a different artist. And I know it's coming because this guy's the dude that is like excommunicated from the comics community now because of his shenanigans
on the first issue.
In the first issue, yes.
So in 2 weeks we'll have number 4, and we'll see if it's a new artist.
And so I don't know. I'm assuming like it seems like they've been rushing these issues out too, and I think it's because they want to get this guy out of the way.
Hold on. Check out the name on the card on the preview for the next issue.
It just says no. That's just Psyoff Leaston.
Is that like an artist or?
So maybe he's in the next issue. I don't know.
Because I mean, you maybe get your wish. I mean, all in all, it's a good book storytelling wise. It's just that again, the art is just miss. It doesn't really capture.
And it doesn't
even
look bad.
It's not bad. No,
it doesn't look bad. I just feel like it doesn't do a good job of telling the story.
Yeah, it's not sucking me in like it's supposed to.
Yeah. So I want to give it a strong buy, but I feel like I can't because of the art. So I'm going to give it a buy.
I will give it a buy as well. It's not quite up to snuff for some reason.
So I the teasers too for like Defenders, that looks freaking great for Defenders #1, as well as Peter Parker the Spectacular Spider-Man, that looks freaking great. So anyways, there is a digital code,
and I will read it off to you because of the gracious Mr. Gunner here allows me to. So F for Fantastic, Z for Zorro, M for Mankey, U for Umbreon, I for Ignacio, X for X-Ray, 4, X for X-Ray, U for Umbreon, 6, Z for Zarbon, 9.
All right, cool.
Next up, we got Black Bolt number 1.
Saladin Ahmed is the writer, artist, and cover art. Christian Ward.
Yep.
That's it. Like, okay,
yeah,
so that being said, I'm going to start off saying right away that when an artist does everything, this is how a book looks. Because there's no, like, it's one clear, concise vision, and it's crazy. So you have Black Bolt, he's wearing like this.
He's wearing shackles.
Like
he's wearing a muzzle.
Mask. Yeah. He's in shackles. He breaks loose, but there's somebody that keeps on yelling, "Name your crimes, repent your crimes."
Yeah.
And so he's going along, and then there's other like villains in this place, but nobody is powered. Like Crusher Creel is there, right? The absorbing man, but he doesn't have the absorbing powers. And I was like,
but he's still a boxer, though.
But he's still a great fighter. So that was cool seeing that fight, but so is Boltagon, right? And so he looks freaking cool with this mask on. But he fights, and he's like...
And he ends up breaking the mask off.
Yes, and but he finds out that his powers are nullified. He also finds out that he is in the place where his brother was supposed to be exiled.
So his brother...
Yeah, Maximus the Mad. And so Maximus the Mad...
was parading around as Black Bolt.
As Black Bolt in Royals, and then he put him in his place here in this exiled place. I am super jacked off about this. It's really great, too. The last part actually mentions how this guy, has done all kinds of different stuff, and then they asked him to do this comic, and it's brilliant. I love it. It looks amazing. I feel like this is how comics really should be, which is one artist does everything, and it just looks mind-blowing. Like, it looks gorgeous. It's dark. It's gritty. It's freaking – it looks absolutely amazing. Like, the art just blows my freaking nuts off. And I love it. And I think this book is really brilliant, and it's doing something really awesome and special with the writer and the artist in this book.
Strong buy contender. He said it all. Literally, it's brilliant. Pick it up.
So, and I think as long as they don't change the artist, it will continue to be a strong buy and contender.
As long as it's
really great.
As long as they minimize the, I don't know. I like how he doesn't really talk that much, and actions speak louder than words.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Portray the story like this. You can give him some dialogue because he's powerless, but this is what I want.
Yeah, definitely. So here's the digital code: F for Famicom, C for Carbon, M for Melanoma. I don't know. S for Saiyan, 1, A for Alvin, 9, Q for Quasar, V for Vegeta, 4, 7, and B for Bones.
Next up, we have Jean Grey, number 1. It is written by Dennis Hopeless. Victor Ibanez is the artist. J. David Ramos is the colorist. And Travis Lanham is the letterer. And, yeah, we get flashes of Jean Grey and her looking at Jean Grey from another timeline or whatnot.
So if you've seen the preview, then you've already read this, which for me, it was like, but even then, like, it was still good to reread. She's actually in Kyoto, Japan, and she's just having some
some personal time with pickles.
Yes, real ramen, right?
Yeah.
And so then the wrecking crew shows up. So she's there and she's trying to minimize damage, but of course, stuff happens. She's by herself. She does call the rest of her team to help her. Stuff happens. I love that they are legitimately like showing her using like her powers, like
the way they're supposed to.
The way they're supposed to, yes, like how her evolution and stuff. I love her look. I love her jacket. I love everything about this. She is getting visions of the Phoenix. So they are saying the Phoenix is coming for her. She's having visions of this. Now, we know this to be true if you've been reading Thanos, because in Thanos, they have released the Phoenix, but someone is in control of the Phoenix now. So that person will have to lose the Phoenix in order for the Phoenix to go back to her. So, but there is definitely going to be this timeline where it's her prepping to be ready for the Phoenix. And I'm really, really excited to see that happen in this. So a lot of this is just like,
she does have a lot of people to talk to about this, though.
Yes.
I mean, because we have Rachel Summers, who's been the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And we have Hope Summers, who's also been the Phoenix.
And then even Quentin, I think.
I can't remember.
He hasn't had it, but he did like in a future alternate thing. And he's a powerful psychopath. I mean, telepath as well.
Psychopath.
But yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes. I really like it a lot.
Great first issue. Yes. Great jumping on point. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
This is
no, but some issues they don't do a good job. No. So it's good to mention that this really legitimately is
a good #1 starting point.
Yes. Man, like I love her outfit. Like it really
it's classic.
I really like
it really harkens back to X Factor. Like
yeah, it really does. And I really like that. Man, like I love the women's costumes. I'm really jealous of the women's costumes. Like I'm like, man, it makes me wanna.
It's like I wish they would draw me in a woman's costume.
Yeah,
see how I would look at some bad looking stuff.
So, anyways, it's a strong buy. It's a contender. Yeah. Phenomenal book.
And I will give you the code. All right, V for Viacom. Y for. Crap, I'm trying to use video game terms. A Y for
Yamaka, of course.
Yamaka?
Yeah.
Okay. W for Wario. L for Luigi. U for Universal Soldier. I mean, that was a good game, I guess, at one point. K for Koopa. 9. B for Bowser. Y for Yoshi. U for Universe, okay. Q for Quality.
Yes.
P for Pellet. There you go.
Okay.
I try to use video game terms.
Cool. On to the all-new Guardians of the Galaxy #1.
The writer is Jerry Duggan. Artist is Aaron Cooter. Color artist is Ivy
Zworsina.
Yeah. And Corey Petit did the letters.
So I love this. I love the intro page spread, which they didn't do it the normal. Yeah. Like I said, they've been kind of doing the DC thing. But this one, yeah, they're like on this planet. Well, it starts off and they're like, oh, yeah, this is the most secure planet ever. Then Galactus shows up. It's not actually Galactus. It's just
the Trojan Galactus.
It's a Trojan horse Galactus, yeah, and it's actually the Guardians in it. You have Baby Groot. You have Drax, who is like now like Buddhist Drax. And so, you know, and they're doing this heist together.
And then they're running back to Galactus.
And then they get sucked up by this giant fish, and it is the Grand Master.
Yeah.
So, and apparently he's just like he's like the Collector, but
he's the Collector's brother, actually.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yes.
Okay. I didn't know that. I mean, they look similar, so that makes sense. And he actually wants them to steal from the Collector, I think, right?
I think that's what we're getting at.
And then they get to like as to why there's like a teaser as to why Groot is not growing, like why he's staying little and stuff.
It looks like there's being a spoiler.
Yeah, so it seems like they're like begrudgingly back together, like they were forced to come back together and do this thing, and they all wanted to go off and be on their own, but now they're, because of the Grand Master, he's like forced them to continue this mission together. I mean,
it's a well-drawn book. I mean, it's really cartoony, but I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun to look at.
I really like the art. I'm not caring for Drax. I feel like that was really weird, and they're taking him away from his essence. And like I just didn't care for Drax. He was like, it's funny because it's like Drax is a lot of people's favorite characters from the movies now, and it's like if you stay with that, that's awesome. But they're going away. They're doing the exact opposite of that. And like, I don't know. Like even this whole thing just feels like it's a departure from the movies, and I feel like it's really weird to go, I'm a comic book writer and I'm gonna do it different
this
from
way
the movie. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I want to be original
because I want to do my own thing. And it's like,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. It's like if it works in the movies, it's gonna work in the comics.
Capitalize on it.
Just do it. You know.
Do it.
And I don't know. I know that the team is actually also like it's based off like an older version of the team, like the movies are.
Yeah.
But it's like, so what? So I don't know. I'm not sure because I don't, like I said, the writing, I don't feel like the writing is that great, but I love the art. So the storytelling through the art is amazing and phenomenal, but I feel like storytelling through the writing is not that great. And I will be honest, it's also because I'm not a huge fan of Gary Dugan. And that's probably why he's blocked me on Twitter, because I hurt his little baby feelings. Nobody can take shit anymore. I don't know. I mean, like, you also take it with a grain of salt because I'm nobody. You know,
really.
I'm not a comic book artist. I'm not a comic book writer. You know, like
I read my review.
I don't get paid to do this. I'm just nobody. But people still get butthurt. You know, it's like
because you don't like something I do.
Yeah.
You, the one little person.
Get over it. Who cares? You know, like, who am I? You know,
the issue was great to me. I thought it was a strong buy, not a contender, but a strong buy.
I'll give it a buy though. See, that's the thing is, I'll still give it a buy. I'm not saying it's bad.
I thought it was pretty good. So again, I think the art style does fit the style of writing. I mean, we'll just see where it goes from here. It's issue 1. So
yeah, I'll read the second issue.
Yeah.
So all right, here's a digital code: F for Familia, Z for Zorro, M for Marcos, X for Javier, C for Carlos, Y for Yucca, 6, V for Villanueva, Y for Yucca, I for Ignacio, F for Familia, L for Lopez.
All right, now it's time to announce our runners-up and back and bag of the week for each of us.
Runner-up, yes, and Bebow time.
See, after reviewing the comics with you, I've actually switched my 2 comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I had the exact opposite what I'm about to say, and now I'm going to even add a third because it was just great. My runners up are Batman 22, which was the Button Part 3, and Black Bolt #1. Those two comics are my runners up because, man, they were just great pieces. However, Jean Grey #1 was just perfect for me. It's a great jumping on point, hooked my interest, gave me a tease of what I want and what we're going to expect. That is the comic I would choose to read if you read anything this week. Mr. Gunner, what's your opinion here?
You know, I don't know. I'm really loving Iron Fist. But dude, yeah, that Jean Grey was freaking amazing. So, oh man. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Jean Grey as my runner up.
Ooh.
Like I said, I love the outfit. I love where they're going with it. I love everything about it. Iron Fist is right there too behind it. So it's so amazing, and I can't wait to see more of her, like stepping her game up.
Yeah.
You know, using her telekinetic powers and telekinesis,
how to deal with the Phoenix.
Like combine her powers pretty much, and so that she could possibly be able to control it. Yeah, harness it. You know,
which that's never a good
and not go dark.
It's still never a good thing to harness that much kind of power in a young mind.
So yeah. There's one book that I have to go with as my back and bag of the week, and it is Black Bolt #1. Like I said, when you have one singular artist,
one vision,
who is he's the inker, he's the penciler, he's the colorist, the art is absolutely mind blowing. And then you get a writer who is, I think they said, like, he's done political stuff, he's done all kinds of other stuff, like he just
it's really minimalist, really, and if you really want to get down to it, it's just very psychological. This is a lot like the Moon Knight stuff. I mean, the way it feels.
So, but yeah, this is a guy that the writing, all of it just came together in such a brilliant way. You have to check it out. Like, even if you're not into the Inhumans, if you don't like Black Bolt, it's still such a phenomenal book. So yeah, your runner-up?
My runner-up is your back and bag.
Okay. And then, so we swapped essentially, right? Okay, we swapped. So it is Black Bolt #1 and Jean Grey #1. Boom.
Yeah.
#1s, great intros to the characters and to, what's coming.
And of course, I'm just loving the Batman 22, the Button story.
Oh, I'm loving it too. I'm not saying it's not.
It's not definitely up there with those two, but I mean, it was such a good one.
Same thing. Iron Fist is so amazing, but yeah, those are runner-ups and back and back. So tell us what yours are, if you don't mind, if you have the time, and everything like that. So that's it for us.
Watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It was a great film. It's very character-driven as opposed to plot-driven, and keep your eyes open for the Easter eggs, and stay for the 5 post-credit scenes. Yes, 5 post-credit scenes. Yes. So that's my non-spoilery review. All
right, cool. So right on. There you have it. And hopefully we can get some Disney from you. You've been busy with the Casa, so if you get some free time, we can get that. And if you all want to see some Mass Effect gameplay, I'll do that. Like, I'm not like, there's going to be definitely huge jumps because it didn't work out. Like, I can stream, if you want me to stream it, I'll stream it, and then post without commentary. Or if you want commentary, just tell me, hey, you want commentary, I'll do some commentary with it. Or if you want both, I can post both, no commentary and commentary, so you get both. If you want whatever, just tell me what you want and I can do it for you. But that's all I'm going to be playing for a good while is Mass Effect, at least until I can afford a Switch. And then I'll be playing Breath of the Wild on the go and then playing Mass Effect at home.
Nice.
So I think that's it for us.
All right.
So continue to check out our videos on YouTube and stuff like that I've been putting
the
out
show everywhere.
weekly. Now we have the Albuquerque Comic-Con stuff. I'm almost done putting that stuff out. There's also the SabacoCon stuff I've been putting out. So continue looking out for that. And then we're going to have, hopefully we can do first feelings of Guardians maybe tomorrow if we can film that. I don't know. We'll see. And then even though I haven't seen it, that's okay. We can still get you and Tonebone in on it. Yeah,
because we both went and watched it today at completely different theaters.
Yes. And then we also have Duke City, so we're gonna be doing Guardians trivia, and if I see the movie, I might be doing even some Guardians 2 trivia.
Nice.
And then whatever else. Some more Star Wars trivia. You know, I'm gonna switch up the trivia and see if we can do some interviews too with the guests and stuff like that. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, and keep your eyes hungry for
comics.